Well, welcome back to Building the Farm, where I make the mistakes so you don't have to, and where I can turn a blessing into a curse. We have a well now. Great, we hit water, but if you saw my previous videos, it went artesian, which meant this traditional well cap that just has an electrical connection was actually flowing out water with no pump. An artesian well has ground pressure pushing the water up, which means this is full of water. And full of water is normally a good thing, except it's gonna go down to 22 degrees. That's about 5 or 6 Celsius, 22 degrees Fahrenheit. So well below freezing, which means with this full of water, because it's artesian and flows up here under pressure on its own, it'll freeze and crack and cause more problems. Now I could just leave this cracked open, but my concern is 22 degrees is pretty cold. That might be enough to freeze this. So I'm gonna try and make an insulation over this, yet leave the line so that it can still flow. So I'm gonna balance kind of insulating it, but also letting water flow up through the well, out this, which is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, so that hopefully we don't have a cracked wellhead and yet another problem. So let's see how we're gonna insulate here. So what I've got is some R19 insulation, duct tape, Gorilla tape, scissors, and some very heavy Home Depot contractor garbage bags. So my plan is to put a bag over the top, wrap it in insulation, put another bag over that, and kind of make an insulated cone over the well. So step one is I'm going to turn on the hose part way so that it's flowing out through this, bringing up water that's about 50 degrees from down below. Now I can't just do that because again, I think this pipe would freeze. So the first step is we're just going to put contractor garbage bag over the top. So now we'll get our insulation, our R19 insulation, and make a little cone over this. Okay, so we'll take our R19 insulation. This particular R19 is, I believe, all one roll. You sometimes can buy it so it's 72 inch or 19 inch or 96 inches, right? So the height of a wall. But this is all one roll. So we're gonna have to cut it. Definitely should be wearing a face mask. What does it recommend? Long pants and long sleeves. Eye protection, I got that. Gloves. Oh, it doesn't say a face mask. Well, that's good, I don't have one. All right. So my thought is, if I kind of make a cone of insulation this way and this way, that'll make a nice thermal blanket. At least that's my hope. So we need to go to the ground, maybe a little bit extra. Down to the ground, and a little bit extra. Now cut it off. So now I'll just take another piece And we'll go over it this way, and then I'll put duct tape around it, making a little cone. And cutting this with a utility knife would be easier, but of course I can't remember to bring things and I don't have my utility knife. But I got scissors, so scissors it is. So that's 2 layers. If I bring it together and tape it, there'll be very little gap between the insulation. So I'll go around it with duct tape. So this is just regular duct tape, and I've got my Gorilla Tape for when I put another contractor bag over it. And R19 is pretty good insulation, so I think with having the hose running and some R19 over this, will be good. And I think I'll be able to lift it back off once we're all taped together, I think. Actually, you know, let's do engineering on the fly. Is that centered? So I'll tape this one first to kind of bring it together, and then we'll tape the other one over it. Hopefully that makes less of a seam. You don't want to compress the insulation too much though, because then it loses some of its insulation properties. That's pretty good. I think I'll put one more piece down low, and then we'll do the other one over the top, and I think we'll have a pretty good cone. Centered there. And again, trying not to compress the insulation too much. Get it stuck on our bag a little, because that'll help keep it to our pole. Making our little cone. Not bad. My hope is I can take it on and off when I need to turn off the water completely, or maybe even turn on the big spigot. So now this one we'll put over it in this direction and tape it on, and then we'll have a good insulation cone, little igloo. Now I'm looking to make sure that I close up the gaps here. I want to push this up against the other piece of insulation. Again, balancing that I don't want to compress the insulation too much, but I also don't want to have a big gap where there's a big open air hole. kind of put that in like that. And I'm connecting, I'm doing it all the way around 1.5 so that I'm always ending tape on tape, just to give it the maximum chance of sticking together. But I think it seems like that'll work. I'll just do one more around the bottom and then put a contractor bag over the top. So for once, I think a project's going better than expected. So we've got a piece over this way, a piece over this way, the corners closed up, and there was enough extra garbage bag coming down I could turn it inside out and make like a little sack around the bottom. So now I'm gonna take a garbage bag and put it over the top, and we'll have our little cone of insulation. And hopefully I'll be able to report that the well didn't crack. So thanks for watching. Just finish up, tape this on, and this project's done, I hope. Assuming it doesn't freeze. If it freezes, then that's gonna break the metal. I don't know. Hopefully it works. Have a great day. Or at least have a better day than I'm having. Take care, don't freeze. Well, it worked. I could take it off, put it back on. So we're in good shape. I guess I probably could have gotten a garbage can and wrapped it around the garbage can and then put the garbage can over too. But anyways, this worked. It's what I had. Hopefully it doesn't freeze. Thanks for watching.